And so I wanted to just share something I read. I read a book recently called Good Inside by Dr. Becky Kennedy. She is a child psychologist and just amazing if you haven't encountered her before. But I wanted to do the deeper dive on the whining because I figured we're going to hear that with break and being out of school and I'm bored or I'm this or I'm that. So and I think every parent struggles with this. So she had a beautiful take on it that was new to me, and I wanted to share it. So she actually breaks whining down beyond just how you react to it, to why it's happening. And that's, I think, very key to understanding how to deal with it. So she has a formula she developed for why whining happens. And she says whining equals a strong desire plus helplessness. So the child feels a strong desire for something, but then helplessness. And if you think about, as adults, if that happens to us, now we probably know not to be whiny in public, although sometimes not.
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens. You know, you can imagine a scenario. I was trying to think, when have I felt a strong desire and helplessness? Recently, I had been saving up. I wanted to get a little console table for a corner that's empty in the house. Thought I about had it, looked at my Amex bill, and I was like, hey, I'm going to be able to do that this month. And then I had to put 4 new tires on the car. It's out. I wanted something, and I felt helpless because I couldn't do anything about it.
This morning when I lost my keys, can't find them. Can't find them anywhere.
There you go. Cause for whining.
Same thing.
It could be whining, an opportunity. So it kind of, when you think about it in those terms, it changes your reaction to the child, because a lot of whining will trigger, and I'll own it. When my son was young and he'd whine, I would immediately think, I'm not a good parent. He's ingrateful was kind of where I would go. He's not appreciating, he's being whiny, all the great things he has, all those things start going off in my head, and then I feel a need to control that behavior. And so Dr. Kennedy offers an alternative, which I really appreciated, because when you imagine it that, okay, what is the child desiring? Usually that's evident, the cookie, the whatever, but then the helplessness. So that's not a great feeling. So how can we deal with that? And she had a really great way, I thought, to do it. So I'm going to share it right now. She said, let's make some fun with it. And again, Children's Museum, I always like the fun option. So she said, when you encounter whining, you say, oh, the whining got in the house again. Let me open the door, and I'm going to get that whining out of you.
I love that.
Okay, it's got to come out because we're not doing that. So here it comes. Let's get rid of it. Let's throw it out the door. I hope it doesn't hit some other kid. Probably will. Door shut. See, now we're in a different mood. And then I said, now what can I help you with? Well, you want the cookie. Well, you know what? I'm going to get the cookie out of the cabinet, and we're going to hold it. It'll be right there, and as soon as you eat those veggies, that cookie's coming out, and you'll have it. So you've taken away the desire's there. There's not much you can do about that. But you've taken away the helplessness with some humor and an acknowledgement that the child really is there, and they're here. They go, okay, mom hears me, dad hears me, I'm okay. I have another alternative. So for all the parents that are getting ready to endure this over the next week, I just wanted to direct to that.
And the mood has just changed, right? When you say that, it's different.
It makes it fun. And again, it's still keeping the boundary. No cookie before the veggies. That's just not going to happen, because that's what adults, we have to do that for our children because they can't do their boundaries yet. That's the whole point of it. But we can do it in a way that doesn't turn it into a confrontation. And that's hard because we're triggered. Whining triggers a lot of us because when we whined, our parents told us, stop it, stop it, stop it. And so our body understands that whining is something to be shut down. And so we then do it. And again, like I said, it makes you pull up all your stuff around, why is my child doing this? Why doesn't he understand my perspective? And really what the doctor here is saying is, get in their perspective. And you can come together through that, through a fun activity like the little throw the whining out the window.